My
live.
name's Daniel. I'm 14 years old. I burnt Chrissy up in the first round, and the rest of you are going to be left eating my dust.
After
I
a little
don't
bit of
like
technical
it.
hiccuping.
Make
a
the
little bit
small
of-
man stop.
After a little technical hiccuping, we are alive. We are alive. We are
A
live.
Technical belch.
Yes. Right. Let's just check we're coming through okay. Ah! Then everything falls down.
Good.
Good. Good.
Good.
I think that's right. I'm not hearing my... Hold on. Talks amongst yourselves.
I have talked to myself, clearly. But which clearly I've already brought out the conversation topics.
I meant you and chat.
Okay. Hi, chat. How
okay,
are
I think
ya?
we're okay.
Hey, Peanut.
Burnt peanut.
This week, I have been mostly eating Tara Massalata.
Tara Massalata.
Tara Massalata.
Right.
Also, in other fun home improvement news, I think my IKEA desk is about to collapse.
Damn.
I know. I've got a monitor clamp on it, and it looks like the monitor clamp is starting to eat the desk.
See, I went for the... I bought a raised platform to put on top of the desk, which the monitor clamp then clamps onto because the desk is too thick for the monitor clamp. Thick with a C. And then...
One C or two Cs?
2 C's. 5 C's.
Nice.
And then... which is great.
Desks.
I just have to make sure everything is balanced correctly or the top layer will fall over with the monitors. Which has only happened once. And that's because I was messing about.
Turns out IKEA desks actually have cardboard in the middle.
Yes, it is correct.
Which is probably why it's not looking good. Anyway, this is very tedious, and we should do a podcast which is only marginally less tedious than desk talk.
I used a boring drill to fill it in the Shure microphone stand, and I was like, this is just all cardboard. That's weird. I mean, I knew it, but it's weird seeing it. That weird honeycomb shape. All right, shall we do a podcast?
Let's.
Here comes the music. Tell me if you can't hear it.
Episode
668.
I'm going on an adventure!
We'll do it live.
BRB UK.
Do it live.
Worse teeth, better accents.
We'll do it live.
Hello, and indeed ahoy hoy. Welcome to episode 668 of BRB UK. I am apparently joining you from the Shire this evening. If this episode's intro music is anything to go on, I have been on an adventure. It was to Co-op. I bought some coffee beans. It was very exciting. There was someone who I could loosely describe as a troll hanging about outside smoking a vape. There we go. It literally was an adventure. That's as adventurous as we get in Wellington Garden City, apparently. It's thrilling. Talking of a man who leads a more thrilling life than me because he works in a petrol station, Goldman, hello.
Hi. Was he vaping the finest gillyweed in all of the Shire?
He was vaping what appeared to be watermelon gillyweed.
I think gillyweed's Harry Potter. I might be mixing up my.
No, gillyweed is
books.
Harry Potter. I think it's just leaf is what they did in Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Leaf. Smoking leaf. Whatever that leaf may be. Yes.
I'm just
that's
sorry.
right.
I'm changing headset settings, so that's why I'm messing
Right,
around
you
here.
look
Sorry.
like for those of you on video, Colm was looking distracted and mildly like he might be touching himself out of shot. He's kind of got that.
No, I got it now.
You got it
Figured
now?
it out.
You figured it
Yeah.
out? Your headphones are in your head? How have you been?
I realized my noise cancelling was still switched on, and I need to switch it off, or I have a tendency to start shouting when I can't hear myself back. So,
Nice.
yeah, I'm
So
okay.
you basically just turned into an old person shouting at things, is what it turns out.
No,
Video
I'm
games
okay.
are
I've
wrong!
been
Why isn't it
very
like it
much-
was when I was a young'un? It's all wrong.
very much looking forward to podcasting this week. So
Right.
it's a nice little breakaway from reality.
Yes.
For an hour. Yeah.
Yes, indeed it is. Indeed. Well, welcome, chat. Welcome, one. Welcome, all. Welcome, listeners. Coleman looks like he's been enjoying some more fun times on his Switch 2, his latest
Nintendo Switch
completely
2.
sensible investment in Tim. We're channeling our inner Tim. He has made an investment, and he's further doubled down on that investment by purchasing a copy of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, which I hear the word reimagining is rather apt in this case, because it isn't just a Commodore Garden HD remake and slap it on the box and off you go. They've actually taken the time to it's more kind of like, would you say it's like a fond tribute to the original rather than a slavish redo?
Well, I'll get to that in a moment, but I do have to correct you, Dan. I didn't spend any money. Full disclosure, I am playing Dragon Quest VII Reimagined on Switch 2, and it was provided for review. So this isn't
thank
a
you
purchase
very
copy.
much, people providing copies for review.
But yes, so I am not a big Dragon Quest fan. I only got into it a couple of years ago, and that was just to kind of go through some of the older titles when they'd re-released on Switch. This is a case of, and I will say, I was going to buy this before it was sent to me, just because it looked so kind of charming, and I always think if it's got the kind of flavor of the old school Final Fantasy that I grew up with, I really feel like I should be getting into these games, because those are a series that I enjoy. So I did mean to get into this, and I did want to play it to talk about on the show specifically. I just happened to get offered a code for this game.
So kind of visually then, Dragon Quest, my hazy memories of it was kind of very much kind of top down. It's kind of 8/16-bit, depending on which version, which number of Dragon Quest you're doing, JRPG. Whereas this has got almost like a diorama type presentation style.
Yes. So it's interesting. It's gone for a kind of puppet, almost diorama style aesthetic, and it kind of reminds me on first impressions of Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, the remake that they put out on the Switch, and that strange Zelda spin-off that I never got to. But it's got that kind of toy box kind of glossy look to it, like everything's carefully placed inside a display case, and you're kind of playing with your toys, which I like that idea when it comes to a game that's, I mean, this is from the right era for my childhood, then reimagined. So I like the idea of taking that and going, hey, toys. So it's kind of got that look where everyone's got sort of smaller proportioned bodies and larger proportioned heads, which also very funny. Just also quick to mention, if you're watching the video, I did put in some of the older footage of the game to compare, because again, I hadn't seen this game. I know it was on PlayStation 1. I never played this on PlayStation 1, so I thought it'd be interesting to have a look at the old style and go back to the newer style. And yeah, it's interesting because it went from a 2.5D where it's 2D spritey looking characters, and then almost a Mode 7 looking environment around it, spinning around, to then the more modern graphics, which work very well. But yeah, it's very cute.
Do you find, though, I don't know, I've just seen kind of like the trailers and stuff, there's a little bit of I find like porcelain dolls really creepy. They just really creep me out. I'm getting a little bit of a I don't like it vibe from some of the character designs. Especially, is it Kiefer, the blonde knight dude?
Yes, that's right. The prince.
I don't know. I find it a bit creepy. I don't like it.
I do think Kiefer is the worst of the designs, because he's got such the Kira Toriyama head,
Right.
but he looks like a little bobblehead in because he's got that square jaw thing going on as well. It's almost like a blonde version of Trunks. And then he's like all proportioned and squared off, but then he's got the tiny body. So I think his proportions look the worst to everyone else's.
Right.
But I still like the look of it. I think that was the kind of off-putting thing for me when you say a remake, a remaster. I automatically think like Final Fantasy VII remake, where everything's gone for the kind of this doesn't look how you remember, but it's how you imagined if we went for like the more realistic approach. And then when I saw this, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get along with the aesthetic, but bit the bullet and it worked out.
So
I will say, oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, so is it just kind of the visual changes, or have they kind of done some overhauls of the game system as well, just to kind of make it feel a bit more modern, a bit more fun?
Well, it's down to the pacing. That's the thing. That's the main change that apparently that you're going to be falling for with this game. So apparently it was quite a slow start with the original version of the game, whereas this you're in combat within half an hour. Vocations unlock the sort of summons in this world. They unlock far earlier. Entire sections have been trimmed down or condensed. Dungeons are shorter. Progression is quicker. There's less wandering around aimlessly and more kind of direction. They have markers on maps to help you know where to go.
I like wandering around aimlessly. It's 90% of my life these days.
Oh, it's been streamlined in a very deliberate kind of way, and I think,
however, have not been streamlined.
Well, I mean, not a first time. It's probably like the third or fourth Dragon Age game. Dragon Quest game that I've gotten into. Hence why I keep calling it Dragon Age by accident. But this is the one that I'm like solidly getting into. I really like this, and I think trimming it down for a newcomer works very well. There's obviously different levels of difficulty that you can scale it to. It has the old school turn-based combat system, which I really enjoy, but it does have that ability to, if you really, really want to, you can go, right, make this character, make them focus on attacking, this one on defending, this one on casting, that kind of thing, and then you just click a button and they'll automatically do the attacks. It's kind of like more like a mobile RPG if you really wanted to go that route. I don't. I much prefer playing the turn-based myself and picking and choosing where I'm going with this.
So, I mean, I think what's really nice is always good to see things, be. I mean, I don't know. When I came into this, when I first heard about it, I rolled my eyes at reimagining. That sounds like possibly a little bit like it's taking itself seriously. But it genuinely seems to have been quite a well-judged, well-done redo of the game. And it isn't just by numbers. It sounds like they are kind of optimizing things to make it a better experience for kind of new and returning players. Now, it's obviously done absolute gangbusters in Japan. No surprises there. Do you think it's gonna have the same kind of success, or do you still think it's going to be a bit niche for audiences over here?
I think so. I don't know. I think these do fairly well across Europe. I'm not so sure about how well they do in the US. Again, it's a sort of one thing I've looked on the outside. Obviously, diehards are probably going to pick this up. Although I have heard, I was listening to Gamers Confessional a little while ago, and they were talking about this, whether they'd be picking it up or not. And the ones, I think Clarky on that show is like a big fan of Dragon Quest, and said he was kind of put off by the chibi-looking style of the characters. He wanted more like a more realistic or more kind of, I guess if you got Kira Toriyama design, it is Kira Toriyama that did the original designs on this, I think.
I believe so.
I could be making that up.
It sounds
but
right.
If you did.
Whether or not it is, I cannot completely 100% verify, but it sounds right. It sounds plausible.
It sounds
nonsense at best.
But yeah, I'd assume you'd want more like that style with the proportions rather than more of a Dragon Ball proportion of character or a Chrono Trigger rather than the kind of bobblehead look they've gone for here. But I like it. It's really charming. I think what helps as well with this, and I think this is a kind of, I think this is definitely a pickup for a Steam Deck or a Nintendo Switch 2. It works well on, but it works very well on the Switch 2. I'm continue to be impressed by the Switch 2 and just how great everything looks in handheld, and how switching between the two are great. So I find for me that I've kind of grown into preferring turn-based JRPGs on handhelds rather than playing them on PlayStation 5 or on a Xbox Series X. And I don't know why that is. There's something about picking it up and kind of going out and about on the handheld and using that for my kind of grind sessions. And then when I get home, get back into the story. This has been great for that. I was doing the same with the latest Octopath Traveler game as well. It something about turn-based games just fit on a handheld, and this fits perfectly on the Switch too.
Well, I suppose it's like, especially if you're playing on your commute as well, because it's like, oh man, I've got to go up, got to pause the game, got to put it on hibernate while I'm jumping off session. I think that suits modern handhelds really nicely, considering how well they do the hibernation and stuff. So yeah, I can see it being a nice fit for that. I don't know. I mean, I keep meaning to pick up Octopath Traveler. I think because I played that a little bit on the Switch 1, but I know it's available and you can often get it on a good deal on Steam, so I might pick that up at some point. I've got a feeling I recently missed a sale for it. Yes, I did recently miss a sale for it. That's a shame, but I will keep an eye out for that anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking up the first game, but I mean, those are kind of within their own little world playing those games, much like Dragon Quest. Damn it, I keep doing that. Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy, the majority are you pick up the game and it's its own little world. With the latest Octopath Traveler, I was kind of sold on that because it was like, you don't need to play the previous games to get into this. It's its own thing. But it's also styled so differently after I'm now completely changing what I'm talking about now. But those first games, it's like there's 8 different characters, 8 different stories that you're playing through, and then they kind of converge along the way. And the third game is different. You're playing as one character instead. But I think it's from where they took what was originally planned to be a mobile game, and then they built it out into a console game, but it works very well. But anyway, back to Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. It is really, really good. It's on pretty much everything at the moment. So I believe it's PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. Can't remember if it's on PS4 and Xbox One or Switch, but I know it's on Switch 2 because that's what I'm playing it on.
Switch 1. I think it's on PS5, but not earlier things, I think.
And these days, it's hard to find out what Xboxes it's on because they just kind of call it Xbox's family.
Everything's an Xbox. Imagine if it's on anything, it's on Xbox, is what it comes down to.
Yes. But it is priced at a very reasonable $49.99, which is good.
If you're sitting on the fence about this, you can also get a demo on Steam. I've just been having a little look. There is, I'm not sure how much of the game it is, but there is a demo available, so you can slap that on your massive deek and see how you get on with it.
If I remember rightly, I think it's the first kind of intro to the game, and then you can carry the progress over, much like Square Enix love doing with their RPGs these days.
Yeah. So just double check the internet. So it's available on So this is Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, PS5, Switch, Switch 2, your Xbox Series is, and your PCs is.
Yes, really good game. I rate it.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm sure I'll be keeping on with this and then dropping my review on the site at some point. I'm about 15 hours into it now. I think if you really hit it, you can get through at 40 hours. I think I'm going to be doing longer because I do a lot of grind sessions on that game and leveling up characters and stuff. So I've got a feeling this will be more like a 60 to 80 hour game for me.
Nice.
Yeah, great game.
Cool. There we go.
What
Dragon
have you
Quest
been playing,
7.
Dan?
I have been, because you know what? Nothing speaks of a successful early access program than a game that spent 5 years in early access and is proudly celebrating its 5th anniversary in early access. And that game, ladies and gents, is Valheim. It's had a 5th year update. And I've really got into Valheim a couple of years ago.
You did?
I kind of dabbled in it now and again, but I've really got back into it this time. When I saw it pop up on the news, I thought, oh, I would kind of. I think these days I really like a game to kind of just chill out to, and Valheim is a game where you really can kind of just take it at your own pace, chill out. But it does have very, as it's been developed, has got increasingly good kind of survival mechanics, inventory mechanics. The combat's really tightened up now compared to where I last played it. And it just has a really nice feel to it. Doesn't take itself too seriously. Really enjoy it. And one of the things they've done in this 5-year anniversary update that really kind of got me to come back wasn't the celebratory hat, which is included with every
free hat.
Free hat. That's
free
right. Free hat. Free, not just free hat. Free Viking hat. All right. That's what
it's just the same game, Dan, but it's got a new hat.
Exactly. It's got a new hat, but it does also have big uplifts in terms of CPU and GPU optimizations. Now, there's nothing that spells fun like saying 3 letters in a row, but what is blooming good is that this finally runs super smooth, super well, albeit in a performance mode, on your massive dick. Before it was...
Oh, lovely.
It was a little bit janky, the frame rate was all over the place, but now it's much silkier, much smoother, much more enjoyable experience. And that's actually kind of what's got me into it, where you can just kind of dip in for it a little bit, go and kind of grind out some farming, upgrade a couple of items, get yourself ready for the next boss fight.
Yarr.
But it really now feels like a proper fit for your massive dick. And really, really enjoying it again.
I was going to ask what's dragged you back in, because I had a feeling we were talking about the Nintendo Direct last week, and Valheim was announced for the Switch 2, and I'm wondering if that kind of triggered you to go, oh yeah, I need to go back into that game.
I think it did a bit, and that one with the news about the 5-year anniversary update, I was like, all right, okay, maybe I'll give it a go. So I think it's coming to PS5 and Switch later this year. Did it get an early access release on your Xboxes? It did, didn't it?
It did. It did.
So they reckon that it's finally going to hit 1.0 this year, and that's that's obviously when the Switch 2 and PS5 versions are coming out. So yeah, I'm continuing to have a whale of a time with it. I'm almost slightly tempted to see if we can rent a cheap game server somewhere. I did it for a bit, but then everyone just built very large wooden phalluses.
I wanted to do that for what was the Pokemon? Power World. I wanted to do that for Power World because Kev suggested that, and then I started looking into prices and went, "I'm not doing that. This joke is going too far when it's hitting my wallet."
Yeah,
but
I don't know. Depends
I could jump in for a Valheim.
I mean, Hetzner do cheap.
That sounds
servers.
fun.
I could do that.
We could.
I don't know.
We could look
I'll
into
have a
it.
think. I'll have a think.
Okay.
I'll have a think. But no,
So outside of the optimization, what's like, and obviously the free hat. Let's not forget the free hat. What's
free
the
Viking
biggest
hat. Give it its
changes?
Full name, it. Thank you very much. Free
my
Viking
apologies.
hat. It's not just a hat. It's free Viking
So what
hat.
are
Continue.
What are like the big changes to draw people back in?
New hairdos.
Ooh,
I know
we don't.
They're hitting it hard and fast. I mean, I
We
think.
don't talk about that.
And there's also some. They've put some new findable items in the early game.
Okay.
So that there's kind of I think it's some mysterious axe heads. There's a mysterious axe head and a curious axe head you can find in the starting biome, and you have to find them. So there's a little bit of hunty, diggy, or rummagey, because you are a PG-13 rated Viking. You rummage and dig rather than the other things that Vikings are known for doing. And that gives you dual-wielded axes that also allow you to chop down. This sounds very tedious, but chop down birch trees, and that's a big deal because those are things that you can start making higher grade gear with. And before you had to wait until you kind of got a biome or two in, defeated a boss or two. Now you can do that pretty much from the get-go. So it kind of gets you into the game a bit quicker. They've also some new recipes as well, which kind of gives you more of a health and stamina boost. But really, I think for me, it's just the big performance gains more than anything else. They also dropped some news on a new biome, which is kind of the final biome called the Deep North, that hasn't yet been.
Sounds good
released,
for a Nordic game.
It does sound for a Nordic game. But for me, it's probably there's been quite a lot of incremental updates since I last dipped my toe in the water. It just feels a bit more of a cohesive game now to me.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been really, really enjoying it. But yeah, I can see, maintaining a Valheim server might be an absolute pain in the bottom. But if we can find one cheap from somewhere, I'm slightly tempted if we can get other people into it.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have a question. So, as you know, Dan, I am a bit of a noob when it comes to Valheim. I picked it up on your say-so when it first came out. I installed
Correct
it.
answer.
I wandered around for a little bit and went, I'll get back to this, and never did. What is there to kind of bring me in? Is this something I'm as a noob, and we're hitting our 5-year update? Is this something I'm going to get into? Do you think?
Fun and whimsy is what I can guarantee you.
Okay.
Do you like... what's the best way to... Do you like building your own Viking boat and then going on random adventures as a Viking and killing things as a Viking and growing a beard like a Viking?
You could just say, do I want to be a Viking?
Do you want to be a Viking? Long
Of course I do.
You want to be a Viking? You want to be a Viking?
Of course I do.
Yeah, well, have a go. If you stop jibber-jabbering, go pick it up and install it.
All right.
Go,
Fine,
do it.
fine.
That doesn't sound like you're installing it, Coleman. Do it.
Or optimization for the Steam Deck. That's where you got me, my friend.
Alrighty. Well, that's what you should do. Cool.
Shall
That's
we?
it. I've done been playing Valheim. If you haven't picked it up yet, thoroughly recommended. I can't recall how much it's still going. It's only 16 quid.
It's £15.49 across all the platforms if you're pre-purchasing or picking up on one of the existing platforms. I believe there's a sale on one of the I think it's on Humble. There's a sale, so it's only a couple of quid off, but every little bit. Keep an eye on our Discord to see if we're doing any gamer nights.
Yes. Stranger things have happened.
I was thinking about getting into some gamer nights, to escape from the reality of the world.
It's a virtual day out, isn't it?
Yeah. Shall we talk about some news? Because there is news aplenty this week, Dan.
Let's do that. Slap me up with some news. What we got? Let
would
me guess.
Would you believe it?
Let me guess. There are businesses being bell ends to their employees, and there's more studio closures. How did I do?
Yeah, that's pretty on the nose. I mean, I was going to say outside of high-ranking members of the video games industry appearing on a specific list of some kind. Let's talk about, first of all, France's favourite pastime.
Yeah, that's how you. No, actually, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I was going to make a comment, but I'm not going.
We do a lot of Bobby Kotick bashing on this program. But yes, we'll start off by talking about France's favourite pastime, and that is strikes for the staff of Ubisoft across Europe amid the ongoing restructuring, as we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. So workers at Ubisoft studios in France and Italy, they've staged a strike following the ongoing restructuring and job uncertainty across the company. And unions are pushing back against what they describe as unstable working conditions and the lack of long-term clarity, particularly after waves of layoffs and internal reshuffles. So we were talking about how they've kind of spread everything out and said we're like the Creative House 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. That's how we now rethink of our different studios on based on what games they're doing. They're kind of placed into one of those creative houses, and there have been a lot of layoffs. There is expected to be a lot more. If Tencent ever get their way, there will probably be even more than that, because Tencent, they do not play around. But it's not been a great look at the moment.
I mean, just Ubisoft, they're in a whole world of pain at the moment, aren't they?
They really are.
I'm not quite sure how they managed to get themselves in that world of pain so badly, other than spreading themselves too thin. But it's sad to see. But it's sad to see because they do genuinely have some great. That they do have some great franchises under that banner, but just the way they're going about their business, both in terms of making sensible business decisions and the way they're treating their employees, is not good enough at the moment. Yeah,
I mean, how do you have really iconic kind of
We're going to talk about
franchises.
hats again, aren't we?
The hats, yep, free hat.
The iconic hats, yep.
The iconic hats of Watch Dog. Yeah, you've got Watch Dog. That's a good one to throw out there. You got Assassin's Creed. There's been a lot of hype around Beyond Good and Evil, even though it's not particularly a franchise. We only had the one game, but Rayman, the Rabbids, to spin off from that. You got Ghost. You've got flipping Division. Like you've had a lot of games under that banner, and they still have these issues. It's quite crazy how you can have such huge franchises and have these problems. Yeah, it's quite odd.
It is a shame.
But we will see after.
Everyone,
I was going to say
affected is doing all right.
I do too, and I'm focusing on the wrong kind of level because I know we've had the 6 cancellations, and I can't remember if it was 7 or 9 games that were delayed. We only know one of those cancellations and none of the others. It's rumored that the Black Flag remake that they've been talking about behind the scenes for quite some time, and again, like rumors of that because an art book got accidentally put up on Amazon too early, which indicates that the game is coming out again. It's hard as gamers to not focus on the, instead of the human cost going, hey, what about the game that I wanted? Or what were these games that we wanted? Or what's going on with the games in the future? I do wonder if, I do wonder how this is all going to play out if, because we've been getting a lot of updates from Ubisoft, and we were talking about this last year when they were saying, hey, we're going to focus less on the DLC aspect and the microtransactions and things and getting the, just making a solid game and not having to worry about patching it too much after the game's come out. And it felt like there was that after Assassin's Creed Shadow last year, that kind of an update. And then we follow to, okay, so we're going to consolidate everything into these different house projects, and we're just going to get the games out there, and we've got to get money in quickly because Daddy Tencent is now looming over the horizon. It's a weird situation at the moment. So I wonder if we're going to be talking about this again in a couple of weeks with more layoffs and more strikes and what have you, or if this is just going to be another Yves Guillemot is doing another financial call and he's going to smooth everything over with his quarterlies. Ooh.
Well, I hope things turn around for the Ubies anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. More strife in the industry. So a game that recently, we didn't talk about this at all. This got revealed at the Game Awards and then launched. I can't remember if it was the same day or shortly after, but a hero shooter called Highguard from the studio Wildlight. That team's now been hit with a bunch of layoffs also, which adds to the long list of cuts that are sweeping across the industry. And again, that was one that's literally just come out. What, 2-3 weeks ago that game's come out, and now already they're hit with layoffs, which is quite insane. And I know there has been a lot of negativity to that game even before it came out, and then when it came out, it was kind of marred by technical issues. A lot of people not really enjoying the state of the game, which is a shame because the pedigree behind that studio, it's a lot of ex-Titanfall devs that have got together to kind of create this. But it did look very plain. I know there have been some kind of people singing its praises or saying that we should give the game a chance, even though it just didn't look very good. And the cost of that now is downsizing.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just think it's very cynical where they kind of hire all these people in, kind of dangle career security in front of them, going, "Hey, welcome to the company. Oh, it's been released, has it? Okay, bye. See you later." It just, it's. There's just no way I can read that other than companies being an absolute helmet, really. It just really angers me. It really angers me that it's, if something's a gig, make it clear it's a gig. Don't kind of dangle these potential benefits in front of people, because that's just not fair. That's not right. Makes me mad. Makes me grumpy.
I mean, we didn't talk about the Build a Rocket Boys stuff that's been developing behind the scenes last week, but again, that's a big kind of like, hey, put your faith in this studio and what we're working on, and oh no, it's gone wrong. and that's much like Riot as well. So this game I didn't play, 2XKO, which also released very recently. It's been out on PC for quite some time. Got its 1.0 release, its Season 1 release, and then also its console release. This is one I probably would have given a go, but I don't particularly agree with Riot Games and how we say their culture behind the scenes. So I never really went for this, but they put a lot of hype into this game, into its launch, into its console release. A lot of the trailers that they put out, they try to put a big fight kind of, because this is a one-on-one fighter. They try to put a lot of focus into the kind of e-sport nature of this and fighting tournaments, and it does look gorgeous. It's a very cool kind of anime cell shaded style fighter. It's something that I would actually quite like to play if it was something that I like, if I got along with. This came out 3 weeks after its release also. Decision follows. Company's assessment and momentum did not reach the required level needed to support the project for sitting at its at its current staffing level. So now there's layoffs for the team. We don't know how many people have been affected by layoffs, but again, get the game out the door. Where can we cut the costs because it's not performing well? Humans, staff, people have been working on this.
God damn it.
I know.
I'm sure the higher-ups will happily pocket the change they make from it, though, without too much of...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what a shame. More profit for me. Oh, rub those dollar bills all over my private parts.
Shame. Sam Rowan in the chat, so he's been talking a bit, and I have been paying attention. But one of the things he's pointed out was, hey, remember Lawbreakers? Because Cliffy B came out of Lawbreakers. It was going to be this huge deal. Unfortunately, it launched alongside Overwatch. Overwatch then ended up being the big I am, and Lawbreakers just kind of came and went very quickly. I think the big problem with Lawbreakers wasn't that a PC only release. Whereas Overwatch was on everything.
I think it was.
Yeah. So that was because I saw Lawbreakers and I went, wow, that looks really cool. I'd like to give that a go. And there was a lot of hype behind that game at live events and things. And I really wanted to try it. At the time, my old laptop would not have played that game to the best of its abilities. So I didn't. But I thought, I'll wait till it gets a console release. Oh, it's never getting a console release. Shame. But yeah, did look good. Something that looks good, and I know you're a fan, Dan. I know you love getting back to this, and I've also reinstalled this because I'll tell you what, Dan.
What?
Free Switch 2 upgrade. No Man's Sky has got its latest update, and there have been some teasing. There's been some emojis released from Hello Games. We have
some high-vis jackets.
We now have No Man's
the
Sky Remnant.
Choice for Sean.
So this is No Man's Sky Remnant has been revealed. This introduces gravity guns, recycling systems, and expanded vehicle customization, including the ability to build a spider-style mech, which feels very, very Wild Wild West, which I'm all a fan for.
Wild Wild West is what you got to do. And there's I think there's as they often do with these big releases, there's an expedition. But rather than kind of trotting across a galaxy, it's you and a bunch of people basically making garbage trucks, and you're cleaning up the planet, is what you're doing.
Nice. I like it.
Bit
of a Wall-E situation.
And yes, as Sam rightly says in chat, you're totally not using a portal, an anti-gravity gun that is anything that looks like you may have seen in a Valve game. They are completely different things.
Looks good.
It looks great.
I'm always looking, whenever an update comes out, I go, I really should reinstall No Man's Sky. I think the use of a handheld will help with this. Although I heard when they did the Switch 2 release that it was kind of... First, a Switch release came out. A lot of people sang its praises, and I went, I need to play that. And it's like, it stutters a bit, and the console gets very hot, and the fan is very loud. Switch 2 release, I heard when they launched the Switch 2 release, it didn't perform very well. I'm hoping that's been patched out now because I really do like the idea of playing it on the go, and I don't think the Steam Deck optimization quite does it justice. So we'll see how this goes. I shall report back.
Yes, but
dedicated Switch
No
game.
Man's Sky is good fun times. I always gives me a nice little warm feeling in my belly. No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I love that
Even
game.
though Gek creeped me out. Weird beaky faces. Don't like them.
Yeah,
There's
it's a
an
shame.
episode of things creeping me out today for no good reason whatsoever. So
It's a shame my PS2 didn't last the test of time, because I really quite like the idea of playing that game in VR. And PSVR wasn't great. PSVR 2 controllers knackered, couldn't get them fixed. One day I'll have a working VR headset that I can play No Man's Sky on.
yeah, and there is
And there's
again,
cross save on every
Sam to the
feature,
rescue.
so that's
there is cross save, so that's good.
Yes. I do know, but this is my save from the PS4 era version of the game. I will probably just start afresh, I think.
Yes, I often do.
Yeah.
To be fair,
interesting one here, and this has been discussed about the place, kind of hidden behind all the layoffs this week. But reportedly, Microsoft are apparently planning a Xbox Game Pass tier change again.
what?
And I am hoping
is it because
if this-
Ultimate makes no sense whatsoever?
I think the tier system makes no sense. I think the problem they had is they went,
Absolutely
hey, we've got this white hot awesome system, let's break it.
yeah, this is doing really well. Let's fiddle with it until we fix it so hard it's broken. Woo!
I know, I've got an idea, let's increase the price of all the games so it seems like a better deal to do this. This is a good idea, isn't it? But yeah, rumors suggest that Microsoft is considering further changes by introducing merging PC Game Pass and into another tier and expanding a third-party service bundle. Which,
Don't do that.
okay, I mean, more options is good. All I want is how about we go, hey, this isn't working. I think we've lost a lot of subscribers. Why don't we just, just a couple of quid down a month, just make it look a bit more palatable? Maybe reintroduce the 12-month pass that you could buy and all that stuff. Yeah, I miss that.
Well, I think the problem. So with PC Game Pass, it's a bit of an outlier because it actually delivers quite good value if you're a PC gamer. And because it bundles in some other things like there's EA Play finds its way into that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it is an outlier compared to what you get for the equivalent price point if you're just doing a console-based deal. The console-based deal is not as good. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just make everything one platform, everything is Xbox and PC, and they just streamline the goodies that you get with it. Is what I think is going to happen. It's a shame because it used to be great. It used to be great when it was a sensible price, but it is no longer a sensible price. It's madness. It's madness, I tell you.
It was really weird because it was kind of, hey, that's a good idea. A Netflix of gaming. That's a really good idea. I'm sure this will get picked up and a lot of people will do this and it will get banded about in different versions. But when they first introduced it, I was like, that's a good idea. And then they went, okay, we're going to start releasing our first-party games on this platform. And that's an even better idea. And then, Xbox making really clever ideas like, backwards compatibility and all these things that we weren't getting at the time on other platforms. It was a slam dunk. And then much like the real Netflix, where they went, hey, we've got all this stuff, and then everyone started making competition, and we started losing TV shows and films that are like, hey, I was watching that, and now it's exclusive to this thing that we can't have because it's in the US only. Game Pass just went, okay, we kind of chopped it up. We've got different tiers for this now, and the price is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It's because they were on to, because we all thought, I can remember back when there was kind of talk that they might bundle it with kind of you essentially, a bit like a mobile phone contract was how we thought they were going to treat it, where you kind of get the console almost as a loss leader, and then you
could tie these into your phone contract if you're on the right service, which is a horrible idea.
Yeah, but we kind of thought they were going to do it like provide the platform and the games for one low monthly fee is what we thought they were going to do. But
this has been done. This has been done. It's usually Xbox. It's happened a few times in the US. I think it's happened once in the UK, but they'll go, hey, you can buy an Xbox and we'll give you Game Pass and you pay it off per month for 2 years, much like a phone contract. So this has happened a few times now in different formats since Xbox One onwards. So, yeah, it does happen. I don't like that idea. I think we're paying too many subscriptions.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, I will say, I believe correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Fable coming out day and date for PlayStation 5 as well as Xbox? Because if that's the case, that has just killed my need for an Xbox platform at all.
Well, the only thing I was
once the floodgates are opened.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 6 was the only thing that might have kept me coming back, but I think I'm just going to buy it one off and just be done with it, you know?
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be playing that game again and again. I may as well just buy, quote unquote, it. I
usually play those games like solidly for a week or two, and then I kind of got my fill, especially with Horizon. Forza Motorsport I play less, but I think that's the last thing I'm hanging on to for the subscription. And then when Fable comes, if Fable is day and date, I'll just buy that for PS5 because it's my preferred platform. I'll want to revisit that game. I love that series, and then I either my Xbox Series X becomes a very expensive MAME machine, or it gets donated to my nephew, and then it only gets used for Fortnite.
As is a nephew's want.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think that's probably about it for the news. I think, isn't it, Mr. Goldman?
Yeah. We made pretty good time today.
We did rattle through that news, all of the news, and the reason I know it's time is because we've had our friendly spam bot join the chat. We know we've been streaming for a sufficiently long amount of time where we get offered rentable viewers. Ooh.
Always happens on Twitch. I remember we used to get told we should have a moderator. I was like, I don't think we need a moderator, not for the amount of views we get.
Nah, I think we're good. Cool. So, I think that's about it. So that really gets us towards the bottom end of the show, where I implore you to buy things with my face on it. We determined last week you can get tapestries with my face on it. You can get T-shirts. You can get socks. You get socks with my face on it. You can buy things with my face on it that are bigger than my actual face. What is this madness, you ask? Well, you can find out more by going to bigredbarrel.com/store. Buy things with my face on it.
You got a big face.
You got a big face.
Yes. And also, as well as our store at bigredbarrel.com/store, you should go to bigredbarrel.com because that's the website that hosts this here podcast, but also has links to all of our social medias. It houses such great things like articles. We got a brand new article up. Yeah, new review for Escape from Ever After, which I hear if you're a Mario RPG fan, you should be checking that out. Sorry, Paper Mario RPG. It's Paper Mario. That's the series I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Mario RPG.
I think you probably are, yes.
I think I'm having a stroke, Dan. Help. I think I need a doctor.
Rick, yeah. There's my day off, mate. Sorry, pal.
Yeah. So, yes, we've got, there's videos and there's articles and all sorts of things for you to click around. But also there should be a link on there for Tabletop Tuesday. Go to Tabletop Tuesday. Available at the Loading Bar in Stoke Newington. You want to get there and play some board games. It's on, the actual event itself is on hiatus at the moment, what with Tim being out of action. But the spirit of Tabletop Tuesday lives on. A lot of people from Tabletop Tuesday, the regular punters, they still turn up, they still play their board games. How about you go over there, you join in with the fun, make some friends along the way. That's the real Tabletop Tuesday, Dan. It's the friends we made along the way. Yes. But you can keep up to date with news for when it returns on meetup.com/tabletop Tuesday, table-top-Tuesdays. Or you can go to bigredbarrel.com and click the advertisement on the front that will take you to our page for updates.
Well,
And also,
you should do all of those things.
while you're clicking things on the front page, why not click the button that takes you to our Discord? Or you can go to bigredbarrel.com/Discord, and that will take you over to our Discord. That's our Discord, Dan.
Our Discord?
I just had to pause for a second while I tried not to choke on spit.
Okay, lovely. I mean, was there any reason for the excess secretions, or was it just a moment of pure joy at saying that we've got a Discord?
It's just the excitement of Tabletop Tuesday. I just salivate, you know. It starts really getting my juices
That's why
going,
Tim's
Dan.
on. He had too much excitement for that long. He couldn't cope with it anymore.
That's what happened.
Yes.
So, yes, you want to go over to our Discord. You can chat with us. We can talk about the show. You can point us in the directions of things we want to talk about. You want to recommend us some games. You can recommend other people games. You can talk about anything you want on there, really, within reason. But also, we have game giveaways. I just put a fresh batch of games up yesterday for Steam you can pick up. I've seen one's been picked up while we were playing this here. While we were playing at podcasting.
The light-fingered scamps.
And also keep an eye, because we might start booting up the old gamer nights again, which would be a good one. But also you can ask us questions, much like our good friend Ed. It's Ed. He says, wait, why did Dan say you shouldn't accept financial advice from me?
I mean, I think it's fairly self-evident.
Sorry, Ed.
I really think I need something more.
Okay.
Yes,
go.
Ed, I'm sorry. You don't strike me as a man who is going to shore up my financial future and ensure me a happy retirement. I'm sorry, pal. I'm sorry.
Get your questions in. They might get read out on the show. That's our Discord.
And I too may cast aspersions about your financial mismanagement.
That, I think, is all she wrote, Dan.
That is all she wrote and all we blurbed. So thank you for coming along once again, for listening to us live, for watching us live, or downloading us for general light-hearted consumption at a time of your choosing. Thank you ever so much. We really do appreciate it. Make sure to go to all the places that Coleman's put in the show notes, specifically bigredbarrel.com. Come say hello. We'd love to hear from you. And all that's left to do is to remind you that I have been Dan.
I have been in a Curatorianum style bobble-headed character on a rake fin body. I wish I had a rake fin body.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Well done, you, Coleman.
Join us next week for Reanimal. It looks good.
Ooh. That and more noises next week. Thank you for coming along. And until next time, dear listeners, toodle bye.
Oh, that should go on the soundboard.
I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe. Dan's a fantastic man.
Yes, I am. Doodaloo,
Worst
everyone.
episode ever.
Do I need to get Reanimal as well?
Do you want to play Reanimal? Did you like Little Nightmares?
Yeah, I did a bit.
Spiritual successor to Little Nightmares.
I might do. God damn it. It's not payday
Speaking
yet.
of Tim, I had a YouTube recommendation saying 2026 will be the year of the Ouya.
That's
God
right.
damn
There's
it!
a
Now
new
I've got to
entry
look
in the
this up.
Chinese calendar. It's no longer. It now goes rat, monkey, Ouya is how it works.
It's horse, I believe.
Is it horse? I think you mean
Horse this
you're
year.
mispronouncing the word Ouya there, Coleman. It is the year
Ouya.
of the Ouya, not the year of the
Ouya.
horse. That's horse pronounced Ouya.
Mnemonic DK says, regarding the Ouya, I always regretted not being able to play Soulfjord. What's Soulfjord?
I'm going to Google that sucker.
I'm going to Google that. I regretted
I
not
just
buying
know I'm
one.
going to spend the evening bloody looking at pricing of Valheim servers and whether or not I just rent one or build one myself.
Oh, that does look good.
Oh, Disco Vikings?
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Oh, that looks pretty sweet.
Oh. I'm going to leave that open. A hybrid roguelike rhythm game. Oh, those are my kind of words.
Didn't review well on Destructoid, though.
No, we'll have a look. Regarding the Ouya, I regret not buying one when those things were getting chucked out for pennies because I really would have liked to have gutted one and then put a Raspberry Pi in it.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure
Sounds
you
like a
could
fun
probably find
project.
one on eBay.
Yeah. What else we got? Personally, I preferred the My Goodness style character art in Tales of Symphonia. Do I need to play Tales? I've never tried those.
Don't know.
Okay. I thought that Power World, you could host the game personally as well as without needing a third-party server. I think specifically because no, I can't remember what the reasoning was. There was a reason for needing a third-party server when it was early access as well, so it could have been something to do with that. I don't know. 7 games delayed, 6 studios outright closed. I think so. It's 7 delayed and 6 cancelled, and then 2 studios closed. And yes, you are right. Beyond Good and Evil 2 still in the works. We spoke about that last week. What else we got? Cross-sale, we spoke about that. Microsoft, we made a successful product. There should be a question mark at the end.
Well, do you know what? The Ouya lives on because apparently it's now there's an adjustable pneumatic pressure feed valve called the Ouya. Thank you, trademark expiration.
Brilliant.
All kinds of liquid spraying.
Watch Kev do a BRB meme coin. No, he's not allowed. No meme coins.
No.
Channeling Tim Allen, Home Improvement. Yes.
Oh, no, you mispronounced that. Chanbeling. Shabbling.
Oh, Chamberling.
Jumbling.
Right. All right.
I think that's probably us done for the evening.
Yeah,
Thank
it's a good
you
show,
for
Dan. Good
coming to
show.
join us. We do appreciate it. It's always nice.
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Had fun?
I did.
I certainly did.
Did you? You sound not massively convinced about that.
No, I genuinely did. I've been looking forward to this all week. I have. I don't get many evenings that don't involve the word work. So doing the unpaid work instead is actually more fun. So I like doing this.
I do, however, talking of work,
You've got to go back.
Didn't work. Local audio. Sorry.
No, all right, fair enough. I mean, you're fine. If you don't record your local audio, I have the backup. I have the actual, and then yours is the backup. If I don't record my local audio, it means I have to use the stream audio, and the stream audio has my soundboard baked into it, which a lot of times can cause problems with the intro. But
your soundboard does cause problems with me as well, to be fair.
Well, I mean, only because that pretty good.
Ding dong. When you can type without mistakes after being awake 14 hours, I'll be impressed. I'll have you know, I've done things more complicated than that with 30 hours without sleep, but that's probably something my lawyer wouldn't want me to talk about.
Yeah, nor the company I work for.
No. Everything was fine.
What's the best Dan sound? This one.
I now exclusively podcast with a pair of underpants on my head.
True fact.
That audio's not survived the aging of time.
Nope.
Sounds very odd. All right.
All right.
Then, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for joining in.
Bye.
Au revoir. Be lookout for the HQ version of the episode. Oh, just stop talking. Bye.